What's happening, everybody? PureSalvation here, and today I've got a Domination gameplay for you guys today on Havana. And so this video, it's not too exciting, I'm not gonna lie. We kind of just, in a way, destroy the enemy, and well, not really destroy. They put up a decent fight, but you know, it's one of those games where it's, even if they have 4 bars, and you know, look at their other team, they all have 4 bars except for our entire party, and we're still able to scrape them this badly, then you know we're doing something right. And that's kind of how I base my playstyle off of. I usually check the scores in the beginning to look at the connection, and oh my gosh, my friend just gets destroyed right there. But that's pretty much what you really want to do is when the game, just before the game begins, you know, just look at the scoreboards, look at your connection. If you have a 4 bar, then you know that's your ticket to be really aggressive. If you have a 3 bar and the other team has a 3 bar, then you know you can be more aggressive. However, if you have a 3 bar and the enemy has a 4 bar, you gotta really lay back and think about engaging the enemy on your terms, because you never want to rush an enemy who has 4 bars when you have 3, because even if you don't, or let's say you turn a corner and the enemy's right there, even though you see him just now, or like if you turn a corner and you just see him, in his point of view, you've been there for about a second or two, so he's already got his times to pull his side up. So that's just for those of you who are wondering the lag delay or those lag battles. I mean, if you guys keep losing a gunfight around the corner, if the guy shoots you before you even know he's there, then you know, check your connection. Does he have a 4 bar and do you have a 3 bar? Because it makes a huge difference, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, in this game I realized that I have a 3 bar and everybody else on the other team has a 4 bar, so I'm gonna have to really change up my playstyle a little bit. However, the nice thing is Treyarch, from my knowledge, has just released a patch, and they fixed, well, apparently from what I've been told, they fixed Ninja, or the footsteps, so now Ninja should be working. They fixed the bomb planting noises, so that should be working. So pretty much they fine-tuned the audio for like footsteps and bomb plants. They fixed matchmaking, so now you shouldn't drop, or if you're in a party with like 5 people like I'm usually in, and you try to get into a match, usually it'll take forever and you'll just end up not being able to get into a lobby. However, now it is, and yeah, that guy just gets a sneak capture on me. It has just been changed up. And before I continue, look at that. That's the difference, or that's another reason why I try to stay sort of laid back, especially in Havana, because maps like this, when you run into the open like you just saw me do, you just get destroyed, and it just takes a few seconds for the enemy to know that you're there. And that guy who got the sneak plant was quite clever, I must admit. But anyways, they have fixed matchmaking, so you should be able to get in the game a lot faster than normal, and even if you're in a party, you should be able to get into a lobby with no problems without breaking up the party, which is really nice. Like, I can't tell you how many times we've had to back out and pick everybody up every time we drop somebody, and I don't know, I just really like that. And so, what else have they done? They've also fixed some of the theater mode, switching lobbies and stuff like that, so instead of losing your films or whatever in theater mode, you should be able to, or there shouldn't be any more lost films. And right here, I'm not sure how he kills me, and that just goes to show the 3 versus 4 bar connection. They've done a lot of cool patches up today, and I will give you a link in the description. You guys have probably already seen it. I found out about this on the first day, and you know, I didn't really consider showing it to everybody, but now I realize that a lot of people are wondering about some of the updates that goes on in the game, and so I'll be linking you guys to the update, or the patch notice thread that is on the official Black Ops forums, and you guys can go check out what patches are up and whatnot there. So now we can sort of talk about the gameplay. So to be honest, what you see me doing right here, I don't know, did I get my Blackbird? Well, I kind of forgot, but I probably not. Well, yeah, we have a Blackbird in the air right now, and so what you see me doing is I'm trying to make sure I don't ruin the spawn trap, because right now we have a relatively decent spawn trap, and however the spawns are still messed up. The Treyarch hasn't gotten around to fixing that yet, but they've done a lot of patches and you can only commend them. And I realize we've lost C, and so they're already start spawning on the other side, and thanks to the Blackbird, that gave me that knowledge to gave me the AOK to go take Domination, or I think it's the A flag, yeah. Now, actually, I have a question for you guys, and you can go leave it in the comment section. Does Ghost Pro make you invisible to the Blackbird? How I've unlocked Ghost Pro. Oh my gosh, I can't speak English. But I have unlocked Ghost. I've unlocked Ghost, and I was able to achieve Ghost Pro before I prestiged, and I wasn't sure because I know how it says you're invisible to aircrafts and whatnot. However, I'm not really sure about the Blackbird. You know, every time I call on a Blackbird, it seems that every single player on the other team shows up. I've yet to see one person invisible to the Blackbird, so that'd be a really nice thing if you guys could help me answer that question that's been sort of teasing me for the past week or two since Black Ops has come out. And I'll restate the question again. Does the perk Ghost Pro keep you invisible from the Blackbird? And I want a definite answer. You guys, I don't really think, wow, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, to be honest. But what I would like is, I would like a definite answer. I really don't want somebody to say, oh, I think, or probably, or stuff like that. I would really like for you guys who know for sure, who have tested it out, and I plan on testing it out this weekend actually. I've just got a lot of work, and so I took a quick break to make this video for you guys, and so if you guys can answer that question, that'd be really great. But anyways, trying to get back to the gameplay. So here I get my mortars, and I think mortars are a great kill streak to play the team objective. However, sometimes it doesn't really work great in Domination, because if you have more than one enemy on a flag and you call in the mortar on that flag, it's going to take some time for it to get there. However, it doesn't take much time, but in that given time slot that the enemy has to take the flag, you know, they can cap it and get out of there before the first mortar hits. So that's the one thing that I don't really enjoy about the mortars. And I've thought about switching on my kill streaks instead of from 6-8-11, which is the mortar team, Blackbird, and dogs. I decided to actually switch it up to, and my teammate just saves my kill streak right there. I've decided to switch it up to maybe Blackbird, then Chopper Gunner and dogs, and maybe I get more breakout games that way. And oh yes, now I remember the awesome patch that, or the awesome update that came with the new patch, is that they have fixed host migrations, or not really host migrations, just more of just selection, or host selection. So now when you're in a pregame lobby, the game is going to choose the absolute perfect host, which will give the ideal connection to everybody, which is what I've been really looking forward to, instead of just me getting a 3-bar connection every game. And that's partly because most of the people I get in game with are most likely on the East Coast. For some reason, the West Coast doesn't have that many people. But anyways, back to the gameplay. So you saw me, even though we lost in A and C, I still stayed at B, and the reason why is my job for this game was to focus on B and to make sure nobody gets on there, and I think I do a relatively good job in except for special cases where I'm taking the C flag or the A flag. And to be honest, I think it's easier to hold the A and B flag and spawn trap them at C, just because of the map layout. I mean, it does seem relatively symmetrical, but I mean, that's just my preference. Everybody has their own different preferences, and I don't want to say anything that might be false or whatever, but personally, I like to capture A and B and hold off C and just spawn trap them there when the spawns start to work. However, we've got it in a reverse direction, and you know, that doesn't really bother me too much because, I mean, like I said, this map is relatively symmetrical in some areas, and as you see in this spot right here, this is an excellent spot for spawn trapping the enemy team. Your back's against the wall, and the only way they can get around you is if they literally go circle the map, and so I guess both ways work fine. And now that I think about it, I kind of like the CB capturing technique. And you know, we lose C. As long as we have B, I really don't care, because if you look at the score, we've got a nice demanding lead over these guys, and so or whatever, or daunting lead over them. And I already got my dogs. Dogs are really nice, and you know, we're just destroying these guys. And watch this gunfight right here. I'm not really sure why I lost, but the only reason I could say is just because of connection. I put a lot of bullets into him, and some of the bullets, if you really look closely, actually go through him and results in me dying. But you know what? Life goes on. We win the game. It doesn't really matter about anything else. All I care about are wins. I am trying to keep a relatively high win-loss ratio, while at the same time trying to keep a relatively nice KD. But you know, other than that, I really don't care. All I really care about are wins to losses. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. If you've watched the video and I've entertained you, then please, I think it deserves a thumbs up. I know I've been getting a few dislikes, and you know, that kind of gets to me, but whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.